Hello, fellow hunters. OzoneB here with 10 tips to help you get started in your vault hunting world. If you've recently found out about vault hunters and wanted to learn a little bit more after you maybe just got started or before you have even started, this is a good place to come. The first thing I would recommend is to go watch Iskal85's videos on vault hunters in his single player world. These are really good introductions to the basics of vault hunters. My tips and tricks expand on those, so if you don't know very much about vault hunters yet, then go watch his videos first. It's okay, I'll be right here waiting. Okay, now that that's done, let's jump into the tips. When you first spawn in, you'll probably find yourself in a brand new area, unlike anything you've seen before in vanilla Minecraft. Like, currently I'm standing in this tropical rainforest on top of a eucalyptus tree, and behind me are some lovely cliffs from some other custom biome. There are a whole host of new logs, flowers, plants, ores, and other rock types that are introduced by the various mod packs. The tip here is that none of this matters. Not to the Vault Altar, anyway. The Vault Altar will only ask for vanilla, stone, and tree types. So, if you have a bunch of this wood, use it for building projects, use it for other things. You don't need to keep any of these new stones or logs for the Vault Altar. And as for the new ores, you don't really need them either. They're used by the mod packs, which you unlock much later in the game. So get them if you want, but it's not going to really do anything for you for quite a long time. One thing that you may run into are signposts like this. These are really helpful and give you an indication of where nearby villages are. In this case, 1100 blocks in that direction and 600 blocks in that direction. When you find a village, try to see if they've got a house that looks like this. This is not one of the standard vanilla Minecraft village houses. This house has been added by the Immersive Engineering mod pack. Outside of the house, you'll find one of these wooden storage crates, and there's usually another one inside. Inside, you'll find bits and pieces that are used by Immersive Engineering. For the most part, you don't really need to worry about the contents of the boxes because you can't use them until you purchase the Immersive Engineering mod pack with knowledge stars, which comes much later on. Sometimes you'll find iron ingots in here, though, and those are useful. The boxes themselves, though, are the real treasure. See, these wooden storage crates act just like shulkers do, meaning that when you break them, the contents of the inventory doesn't spill out all over the place, but instead is maintained inside and preserved. Early game, finding one of these things is basically being given a shulker right off the bat, and that's great. Villages can also have waystones in them, like this one does. Waystones, again, are something that you can't use until you buy the mod pack with knowledge stars, but they are an expensive thing to craft, and it's great to collect them if you can do so. Essentially, a waystone lets you teleport between points that you've established, so once you buy the pack, you'll definitely want these. The mod pack comes with a great tool called Easy Villagers, which lets you do something simple like pick up a villager, and it's in your inventory. But these guys can be unreasonably attached to their workstations, so try to make sure that you only pick one up after you've broken its workstation and that it's an unemployed villager. Later on, when you trade with them, always make sure to break the workstation before you pick up the villager, or you might have problems getting them to find and accept a new workstation in a new location. Another thing that you'll run into is a big circled depression like this. This is actually a crater for an asteroid or a meteorite or something, and in the middle there is a sky stone chest. Now this has all been added by the Applied Energistics mod pack, and you can't really interact with the chest or do anything with it until you've researched that mod pack. So again, there really isn't any point in trying to collect these or do anything with them until much later on in the game. Another big change from vanilla is that blocks like granite, diorite, and andesite only spawn in certain biomes. So for instance, we're in a mountains biome right now and there is a large vein of granite. Granite will only spawn in mountain and hill biomes. Diorite will spawn in savanna, jungle, and mushroom biomes. And andesite will spawn in forest biomes. And again, these are the only places that you find them. This is a big departure from vanilla Minecraft. And it is important to note that these biomes must be one of the vanilla Minecraft biomes. None of the custom biomes that we get from the Biomes You Go mod pack will contain diorite, granite, or andesite. If you're unable to find granite, diorite, or andesite naturally in your world, it's worth remembering that you can craft these blocks. There are vanilla Minecraft recipes to create them, and sometimes you might need to use it. Even though Vault Hunters is based on 1.16, one of the mods that it includes also includes Deep Slate, and it functions just like the Deep Slate that we're used to seeing within 1.17 and now 1.18. However, the ore generation techniques are not the same, and so you will not find any ores generating within these veins of deep slate. For that reason, when you are down deep in the world and you are trying to find ores like diamonds or vault rocks, it's really important to mine out any veins of stone or other vanilla blocks that you do see, because these are the only places that you're going to find ores. There are other kinds of modded blocks like the scoria stone, and the same rules apply. You won't find any ores within veins of these scoria stones. On the whole, that makes ores a lot more rare down deep in the world than they would be in normal vanilla Minecraft. Since the ores are so much rare, some people will ask, what's the best way to mine diamonds in the game? The answer is, in my book anyway, you don't. If you want diamond armor, get a villager to make it for you. It's so much easier that way. You will have to go mining in order to find vault rocks, and you'll find some diamonds at that point, but otherwise, don't worry about it. Something else to be wary of are these red spawner crates that you see here. These are actually monster boxes and are traps. Getting close to one or interacting with one will cause a bunch of mobs to spawn at once, and this is potentially deadly. There are several interesting new mobs that you'll find in the world, including these turtles and these little guys called stonelings. Stonelings carry an ore or something like that. You might find a diamond, you might find a zombie head, and if you hold a diamond in your hand, they will follow you like a cow to wheat. Now, stonelings are passive, and they won't hurt you. And if you kill them, they'll drop whatever they're carrying. Just like that. But they also have a 20% chance of dropping a heart of diamond, like I'm holding here. The heart of diamond is one of the things that can be needed for the vault altar, and so knowing how to get them is important. And as for these tortoises, you can mine the ores that are growing on their back with a pickaxe. Each of the different kinds of ores are represented on the backs of these turtles. They will eventually grow back too. But be careful. If you attack the tortoises, they have a ground stomping attack that can do quite a bit of damage. Another new mob added by Quark is a Wraith. You'll find these in soul sand valleys in the Nether, and they drop something special called a soul bead. A soul bead is also something that can be required by the vault altar. Soul beads do have a very cool function, however. They can be used like Eyes of Ender, but in the Nether to find a Nether fortress. So throw a soul bead and you get an interesting effect leading you in the direction of the nearest fortress, which we can see is right here on my map. The last tip is to not forget about vanilla farming mechanics, particularly gold farms and raid farms. If you have a pillager outpost nearby, I highly recommend that you make a raid farm. Those totems of undying will come in super helpful when it comes to running vaults. I would do this even before running your first vault. There you go, 15 tips and tricks to help you get started with Vault Hunters. I hope you enjoyed them. If you do, please give me a like and comment down below. I also have 2 other videos where I rank all of the Vault Hunter abilities and talents that you might also be interested. These are also specifically targeted toward new players. That's it for now. Remember, be excellent to each other, and I'm out.